Welcome to Joy News Interactive. Mapito Sabedi has joined me. Hello, Maps.
Hello, Izzy.
I'm sure we still have some xenophobic attacks issue trending.
Yes, and we'll get to that right about now. But you know how to get the conversation and join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram with Joy News on TV. Now, money is a very sensitive thing when it comes to relationship or friendship. Now, the question I'm asking you, have you lent money to someone? What were the terms and conditions? Have you in any way regretted giving that money to your friend or anyone that came begging? Well, Mohammed Nuruddin has been finding out in Kumasi.
Yes.
It is true, I have faced a lot of challenges as a mechanic. I have helped a lot of vehicle owners concerning issues like faulty trucks, lending them money or going for valuable items to help them succeed in life. I lent over 5,000 to someone, and for about 5 to 7 years now, and that person has not paid the money back to me. Some time ago, I lent money to someone. He promised to pay me back on a set date. So I based on that to go for a loan elsewhere. When the payment was due, he disappointed me. Because of that, I have regretted giving the money to him. So I had to go for a loan to pay off the initial one I took. In fact, the money was huge. I gave him 20,000 cedis.
It appears people or friends' refusal to pay back money they took from others is becoming widespread across the country. But the question is, how do you think one could be able to handle some of these issues when they lend money to their friends?
The lender and the person who's going to borrow the money from you should be very careful. You should know what the person is capable. Look at the plan. See that the person can pay the money. You just don't have to borrow money to, people anyhow. See the person capable of paying back the amount that you borrowed to him.
I am a Muslim, and in Islam, we know a brother can be in need. And so if anyone comes to me in need of a help, and I know I am capable, why wouldn't I?
Well, many have lost their friends through, this particular issue we are talking about, giving up money to people and expect them to pay back later. Some have had to handle difficult situation with them. But how do you think we could be able to handle some of these issues even when your friends are not being able to pay you back? How do you think that could be handled?
Now, Izzy, money is a very sensitive thing.
It is.
Yeah. So how do you handle this whole thing? You've given someone money out of the goodness of your heart and they just don't bring it back, or they, zigzag around.
It just turns out that, I've had those experiences in the past, and so I decided that I typically won't lend people money.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, I lend out the money and you don't give it to me back, okay, no problem. But I know that there's going to be a day when I'm the only person you can ask, and I won't be able to give it to you.
So what I tend to do is, if I can give, I'll give you something, not the full amount that you're looking for, but I can give you something and say, take, you don't have to pay that.
Okay. Talking about lending money, can you lend me like some $200? I'm joking. Let's go to Facebook and see what people have been saying. Abdul Razik says, my condition is that when you fail to pay, I will not forgive you on the day of judgment. Florence says, I've lost most of my best friends through that.
Nata Kwesi says, he said, I will pay you back in 1 week. I celebrated 4 birthdays since then. The most interesting part is we are friends and still rolling like we have ever been. Happy birthday to all September born. Oh, he threw in a birthday there. The Steiny says, the terms and conditions are my brother, my sister. I promise to pay you back, Lord. Isaac says, so many times and conditions, so many terms and conditions was, and it's pay me on the time we both agreed and nothing else. Okay.
And this one's from Bajaman, who says, yes, there was no interest on the amount lent out. The only condition was pay me the date you promised. Unfortunately, the promise that has never been fulfilled till date. And Abdullah says, that's how I lost my money and my best friend. Another one who lost their best friend is Charlie Miles and he has forgiven him because we are all born to make mistakes. You can check that rest of the conversation on Joy News Interactive tomorrow at 11 a.m. Now, social media users have been tweeting hashtag say no to xenophobia to protest the attacks against foreigners in South Africa. But one hashtag that has stayed in the Twitter trends is hashtag xenophobia in South Africa. Now, let's go to Twitter and see what you have been saying about that.
All right, so I hope government officials, celebrities, and every citizen of South Africa is feeling the way Nigerian is condemning actions of fellow Nigerians in retaliation to xenophobia in South Africa. Violence don't solve any issue and don't promote it. And Sefri says, I will not stay in a place where my presence is a problem. But that's me. Why stay? And we have this that just says, say no to xenophobia, but the meme that comes with this says, when brothers fight to death, a stranger inherits their property. And we have this saying, so easy to prefer logical, smart solutions when you aren't the one being attacked with a machete. So easy to suggest one love when you aren't the one at gunpoint begging for your life. And this other one says, I'm guessing looting South African businesses in Nigeria has made people feel better. Did the whole of South Africa wrong you? I read some of the the tweets on my timeline of people whom I follow. I have no problem with labeling South Africa. And this one says, it's a shame how South Africans are treating these blacks who are just like them. Very pathetic.
This one is from Junior Mufas, who says, one Nigerian man, they live peacefully in Ghana here. He doesn't have any idea about the xenophobia attack where they go on between his country, Nigeria, and South Africa. Until I showed him everything, tears start to come out for your face. And Candy Skin says, we should stop blaming our leaders for our personal decisions. It's not our leaders on the streets carrying machetes and burning fellow Africans alive. Let's call a spade a spade. Hashtag say no to xenophobic attacks. And Narsiru says, xenophobia and forced movement is a result of the poor leadership of African leaders. African leaders in general have failed African people. AU has had very little success developing the continent. It's shameful. But as we have seen, some African leaders, Rwanda, for one of them, they have withdrawn from the Economic World Forum that was supposed to happen. That is actually currently happening in Cape Town, South Africa. Okay. Zambia also withdrew from the friendly with South Africa. A lot of musicians, Tiwa Savage said she won't perform. Burna Boy said he won't step into South Africa. The list goes on. Basket Math is also one of the latest who said, you know what, he won't perform. He won't be coming to the Comic Choice Awards. So it seems like the people, because a lot of people have been saying that hashtag, hashtag, hashtag. Most of these people that are on the streets doing this are not on Twitter.
True.
Most you are not on Twitter. They don't see what you're trying to prove. But, you know, when you as an influencer are withdrawing yourself from the country or whatever event you're supposed to take place in, it sends a signal to the leaders that they need to act, and they need to act now and very fast. But that's how we end Joy News Interactive here on Joy News Prime.
Oh, no, before you go though, the top trend on Twitter, I'm not sure what it is. It's an interesting one. Where's it coming from? Do you understand it? So
I got to find out what it means.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so you can go to Twitter and check that out. But on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we're Joy News on TV, and I am Mapito CBD.
All right. Thank you very much, Mapito CBD. And I am Israel. Thank you very much for watching. You have a good night.